Hello guys, this is Prem and welcome to Python learning series. In this lecture we're going to learn about Python dictionary. We can view a dictionary as a mapping from a word to its definition. That means dictionary is a mapping from something we know, which is a word, to something we don't know, which is a definition. So let's take real life examples to understand the concept of dictionary better. So our first example is in our phone, we map our friends to their phone numbers. In our mind, we map words to their meaning, right? So let's do further and talk about Python dictionary structure. So as we discussed before, dictionary is nothing but the mapping from a word to its definition. But in Python programming language, dictionary is nothing but the mapping from a key to value. Okay, so we can say that they map keys to value pair. That means word is a key and definition is a value. Okay, so let's take our previous example. So Adam is a key and phone number is a value. So let's do further and talk about creating Python dictionary. So there are two ways to create a Python dictionary. First way is curly braces and our second way is DICT method. In curly brace, we have to first enter the key, then a colon, then a small space, then a value, then a comma. Okay, so after the last pair, we have to replace the comma by a closing curly brace. So first in curly brace, first we have to enter the key, then a colon, then a space, then a value, then a comma. Okay, but in DICT method, first we have to enter DICT, and in DICT method, first we have to enter the key, then is equal to sign, then a value, then a comma. So after the last pair we have to replace comma with a closing parenthesis. So in curly brace method we enclose key and value pair with curly braces, right, as you can see here. But in DICT method we use parenthesis instead of curly braces. Okay, and we use equal to sign instead of colon. Let's go further and talk about accessing value in our dictionary. So for that we use bracket notation. So let's say I have a dictionary, let's say HDICT, so it's a variable is equals to H is a value and H is a key and Harry is a value, R is a key and Ron is a value, H1 is a key and Hermione is a value, and G is a key and Dumbledore is a value. So for accessing value in our dictionary, we use keys instead of indexes. So in tuples or in lists, we use indexes, right? But in dictionary, we use keys. So when we print h of HDICT of h, so HDICT, and in square brackets when we print h, it will print Harry. When we print HDICT of R, so it will print Ron. When we print HDICT of H1, it will print Hermione. Okay, so in this case H, R, H1, G are the keys, and Harry, Ron, Hermione and Dumbledore is a values. Okay, so let's do further and talk about hashing in Python. So in the background, a Python dictionary uses hash values. Hash value is generated by a hash function in Python. Okay, so hash value is a unique value of a given object, and it is used to identify the value of key of a particular object or of a particular value. So for that, syntax is hash key. So hash key is a variable is equals to hash. So hash is a function as we discussed here, and in hash function, let's say I have a string hello world and exclamation mark. Okay, so then it will print like that. So the huge number, the number is nothing but the value of key. Okay, so, and let's say when we print hash key is equals to hash, and in hash function, let's say I have a string hello world and full stop, so it will change the value of key immediately. Okay, so this is how hashing in Python works. So let's do further and talk about operations in dictionary that we can perform. Operations in dictionary that we can do. So we can add, we can concatenate, we can add, we can delete, right? These are some functions. Let's say keys, values, items, pop items, update, and clear. Okay, so let's see one by one. So let's go to Spider and do some practical programming. Welcome to Spider. In Spider, we will learn creating Python dictionary. Okay, we will learn how can we create a Python dictionary using curly brace method and dictionary method, and how do we access values in our dictionary, and different types of functions that we can perform, and like keys, value, item function, clear function, update function, pop item functions, etc. So let's take one by one. So our first is creating Python dictionary using curly brace method and dict method. So let's take curly brace method. So in curly brace method, let's take dict1 is equals to, so we have to enclose key value pair with curly braces, right? So curly braces, and uh, let's take c1 colon and a space, and then our value. Okay, so let's take Canada, okay, and comma, and then our second key. So let's take c2 as a second key, so colon, space, and let's take USA. Okay, comma, and then our next key, let's say c3 colon, space, and Japan. And let's take another, so comma and c4, say India. Okay, so like that we will print, or we will create a Python dictionary using curly brace method. Okay, so how do we create a Python dictionary using dict method or dictionary method? So let's take that. So I'm just copying this, Control C, and as we have already discussed, in dict method we have to enclose our key value pair with parentheses, right? So I have entered, or I have enclosed the key value pair with parentheses, and in here we have to enter dict, and we have to remove the double quotes for each and every key. Okay, double quotes for each and every key. So, and as we discussed, in dict method we have to enter equal to sign instead of colon, right? We have to enter equal to sign instead of colon. Okay, so like that we will print, or we will create Python dictionary using dict method. Okay, so let's go further and talk about accessing value in our dictionary. So let's take um let's take our curly brace method. So I'm just copying this and pasting it here. So let's say I want to access Japan. Okay, so we will use keys instead of indexes. Okay, so for that syntax is we will print we'll print dict1 of in curly braces, and sorry, not curly braces, in square brackets. So what is the key of Japan? It's C3, right? But in when we are accessing values in curly brace method, from curly brace method, we have to enter double quotes for each and every key that we want to access. So curly double quotes and C3. So and print that, it will give Japan. Okay, so let's say I want to print Canada. So what is the key of Canada? It's C1, right? So in print C1, it will print Canada. Okay, so let's do further and talk about different type of functions in Python. Let's do further and talk about keys function and their usage. So why do we use a keys function? Keys function is used to extract the keys in our dictionary. Okay, so why do we use a keys function? Keys function is used to extract the keys in our dictionary. So for that, syntax is, so I have already created our dictionary, so I'm just so for that, syntax is dict2. So dict2 is nothing but a variable, and in this variable dict1, so dict1 is the dictionary dot key. Okay, keys, and open and close brackets. And when we print dict2, it will print dict keys of C1, C2, C3, C4. That means C1 is a key, C2 is a key, C3 is a key, and C4 is a key. So it has extracted the keys in our dictionary. Okay, so I'm just ready this, and yeah, so C1 is a key, C2 is a key, C3 is a key, and C4 is a key. So let's do further and talk about values function. So values function is nothing but it will extract the values in our dictionary. So why do we use values function? Function is used to extract all the values in our dictionary. Okay, so for that, syntax is dict, let's say dict3 is equals to dict1, okay, dot values dot values, open and close brackets. And when we print dict3, it will give us an output as Canada, USA, Japan, and India. That means Canada is a variable, sorry, Canada is a value, USA is a value, Japan is a value, and India is a value. Okay, so it has extracted all the values in our dictionary. So let's see items function. Let's do further and talk about items function. So why do we use items function? So items function is used to extract the dictionaries key value in tuple pair. Okay, so why do we use items function? So items function is used to extract the dictionary's key value pair in tuple pair. Okay, so it will extract dictionary's key value in tuple pair. So for that, syntax is, so we have already created our dictionary, so I'm just writing that syntax. So let's take dict underscore item is equals to dict1. So dict1 is a dictionary dot items. Okay, dot items, open and close brackets, and when we print dict underscore item, okay, so it will print like C1, comma Canada, C2, comma USA, C3, comma Japan, C4, comma India. That means it has extracted the dictionary key value. So it's a key, it's a value in tuple pair. Okay, as you can see here, it has extracted the dictionary key value pair in tuple pair. Okay, so let's do further and talk about clear function. So why do we use a clear function? So clear function is used to remove. So clear function is used to remove all our items in our dictionary. Okay, so for that, syntax is, let's take dict underscore clear is equals to dict1. dict1 is a dictionary dot clear. Okay, dot clear, and then open and close parenthesis, and when we print dict underscore clear, we'll print like none. That means there is nothing in our dictionary. So let's do further and talk about update function. So why do we use update function? So update function is used to concatenate two dictionaries. Okay, two dictionaries. So for that, syntax is, so we have to create another dictionary. So dict1 is our first dictionary, and so let's create our another dictionary, dict underscore dict underscore 2 is equals to, in curly braces, take a, so a colon space in our value. Let's take Australia, comma, and b is a key, colon space, then our next value, which is, let's say, Brazil, no, I think it's Brazil. Okay, and let's take C. So C is belongs to China. Sorry, it's China. So for that, syntax is, for update function, syntax is, let's take dict of update. Okay, of update is equals to dict1 dot update. Okay, update in open and close parentheses, and in open and close parentheses we have to enter our next dictionary. So dict2 underscore 2. So when we print dict of update, sorry, we have to print dict1. So why is this coming like that? Oh, sorry, we have cleared our dictionary. So in print that it will give like C1 is Canada, C2 is USA, C3 is Japan, C4 is India, A is Australia, B is Brazil, C is China. So like that, it has updated our dictionary 1 by concatenate dictionary 2. Okay, so what it has done, so it has just concatenated, it has just added dictionary 2 to dictionary 1. Okay, so let's do further and talk about pop items. So why do we use pop items function? What is the usage of that? So we use pop items function to remove the last key value pair from our dictionary. So why do we use pop items function? Pop item, sorry, pop item function is used to remove the last key and value pair from our dictionary. Okay, so why do we use pop items function? Pop items function is used to remove the last key and value pair from our dictionary. Okay, value pair. So for that, syntax is uh, sorry. Okay, so for that, syntax is dict. Let's take dict pop item. Pop item is equals to dict1 dot pop item. Okay, dot pop item. Open and close brackets. Okay, and when we print dict pop item, it will print like C China. That means, okay, we have concatenated dictionary 2 to dictionary 1, right? So it has deleted C2. That means it has deleted the last pair, which is C China in this case. So when we print, so let's say when we print dict1, so as you can see here, C China is removed from our dictionary. Okay, so in this video lecture, we have learned creating Python dictionary in curly brace method, in dict or dictionary method, accessing values, and we have learned different type of functions like keys function and their usages. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. In another lecture we will learn about sets in Python. So until that, goodbye and thank you for watching.